Okay. Welcome. Hello. Let's look at this amazing arena deck. This deck is so good that I would probably use something similar to it in Constructed if I were a newer player and I only had these cards. Backstab and the Deadly Poison are so amazing. Eviscerate. The double Eviscerate and double Backstab have just been doing wonders. Plus a Wild Pyro. We have no Blade Flurry, but overall it works well. The curve is spectacular. Lots of 2s, and the curve kind of evens out. And of course we've got our trusty Ragnaros. Most of my 12-win arenas have relied on some big legendary or just an abundance of copies of the same really good card, like 4 True Silver Champions or 5 Consecrations or something like that. And of course there's always the luck factor involved. I think that luck is kind of, it's secondary obviously to how you play the game, but being able to say top deck Ragnaros in a top deck war when you only have 10 cards and very little life is very, very, I wouldn't say that is very skill based, but overall the deck does offer some unique opportunities for how to play. Like if you have both a Goblin Auto Barber and an SI7 agent, do you want to wait to coin out the SI agent? You know, there's a lot of choice within this deck, and it's got some of the Goblin Auto Barbers also make the deck amazing. Like those core cards are just really, really good, and most of the cards are great on their own, except I guess Wailing Soul gets stuck in the hand a little bit because it can end up silencing some Death Rattle minions or Mech Warper. That's the only real thing. Like, of course I would want that to be a Yeti, but then that would make it absolutely perfect. So hopefully I get the coin here, and since I didn't get the coin, I'm still gonna keep the Defias Ringleader. It's alright, but it really just gets destroyed by it just gets destroyed by any sort of by any sort of 2/3. So I think I'm just gonna hang on to it. The next turn is probably gonna be the Monty Berserker unless he plays like a minion with, yep. So I'm just gonna probably play on curve unless it would do me better to Deadly Poison, kill something here. It would be nice to drop Backstab soon, but the 2/1 kind of becomes irrelevant. So absolutely gonna play the Spider Tank here. The 2/1 kind of becomes irrelevant, not because of the Mage hero power, but because as time goes by, there's a lot more AOE. I'm thinking this is probably Yeti or something. Yep. So yeah, I can kill that. It's, yep, absolutely going to kill that. Hopefully the whatever this is a relevant one. Okay, that's so great. Right now, it would be cool to use on a Defias Ringleader or something, but overall not the greatest one to have right now. I might have actually used armor plating on this, so that it would be, you know, Fireball would be a little better. And here I'm actually don't have the greatest of trades. That is pretty good actually. So I'm just going to hit face. And here I may probably just trade this back in to the Ancient Brewmaster, get that extra 1/2 and just push into that Boulder Fist Ogre. It's good to save the Wicked Knives, the buffed Wicked Knives, rather than just use it on a 5/1 to preserve a 1/2. It's essentially a gold Shire Footman at that point, and it's not extremely valuable. I might keep it if I draw something like Stormwind Champion or something like that. But if I don't, then yeah. This deck is really like a lot of rogue decks, even in say just Constructed. It excels really well with the coin. So yeah, it would have been nice to actually have use the health thing on that.
Time runs out on me.
Because it would have forced the fireball on it. He almost certainly would have fireballed it. Here, definitely gonna Boulder Fist Ogre. Yeah.
Here we go.
And here, I think I'll kill this because if he has something like Abusive Sergeant or even Fireball, he can Fireball that and without having to ping it, maybe even, you know, he would be able to play a 2-drop as well instead of just pinging it. And here, this is where backstab is just gives you such astronomical value. And here, I think I've already won the game at this point. This is extremely resilient to Flame Strike. Spectre Knight is probably one of the best cards to have against the mage. So this board is extremely resilient to Flame Strike. I can choose to go aggro if I'd really like to. He didn't have Polymorph or anything, and here I'm actually just gonna trade these two in because this can't be targeted, and I could actually. I think not playing the Force Tank Mech is too much here. I don't really like to do that because then it's a little more. It's a lot worse against AoE, and this also sets up lethal. Well, I guess the other one set up lethal too. The other play did also set up lethal. Okay. I think I'm actually 1 damage off here. Yeah, I am.
Here we go.
And if he actually MC techs, it's a little bad. I don't really see any reason to actually play the Raptor here. There are very few scenarios where I think playing the Raptors is the right play necessarily. Because he can MC tech. It's not huge, but alright. Even having played the Raptor, I don't think he would have won, but even then he would probably just Flame Strike or something, so it's better to just keep it in hand. In a losing scenario, I wouldn't have kept it, but I could choose to play greedy there. So here we go, 11 to 12, flawless victory. I have 3 shots to get this. Honestly, I really like Rogue in Arena. Rogue is probably one of the best, just because of the removal it has. Not really like Betrayal. Betrayal isn't amazing, but mostly just like Eviscerates and Backstabs. SI7 Agent is just phenomenal. Perdition's Blade is also just amazing. But sometimes it doesn't necessarily rely on having the coin, but the coin is just so huge in a lot of matchups. Like being able to coin weapon and then Goblin Auto Barber on the next turn is a huge thing to do. So here we go. I guess it would probably be a mage. So here we go. Here's the final boss. I'm probably gonna coin out to the Defias Ringleader here, unless Mech Warper gives me something better. Although it probably won't, because the only real mechs in my deck are. Yeah, so if he has a 1-drop, I guess it really doesn't matter. This is a really good play anyway.
Yeah, beat it.
In fact, this I think the Defias Ringleader has always, even though it's not really remarkable, the Defias Ringleader has always been huge here for me. I guess I'm gonna play the Amani Berserker here, just because. I want to save the Wild Pyro. There might be a better reason to use it. I also could have used the Mech Warper, but if it gets Frost Bolted or something, then I can't use it with the mechs. Getting some League of Legends there.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
I think that was a pretty big mistake on his part.
Looking at me? Who you want me to?
Here we go.
But unfortunately, I still can't play this Wailing Soul. I honestly would not have risked that. Since he didn't use Frostball or anything, I'm gonna guess that I'm actually can't play this, which really sucks. But I'm not gonna trade. I don't think it's right to trade here. So I guess I'm gonna Amani here, and I'm just gonna use a Wild Pyro because I don't want to play the Mech Warper when it just gets traded into. And unfortunately, the Wailing Soul becomes unplayable in this scenario. So I don't think he has Frostbolt or anything, since he played this instead of Frostbolting that, which would have been better because now he's forced to kind of trade into it. It's pretty good. It really looked like he was just about to ping that for like a... That's okay, I guess, but since I can kill it on this turn, it's not really that good right now. It's quite good. But I'm getting just so much tempo and value here. I don't know if I actually should play this, but the Flame Strike turn is coming up, and I don't think with the board control that I'm going to be commanding, I think that my control tech is not wrong here.
Engaging TC-130 until dislocation.
Here we go.
Portal online.
And plus, I have so many creatures coming up right now that they that either disrupt his flow or just straight up survive Flame Strike. So I think I'm gonna see him kill this because it's pretty much the only thing that can. Okay. Okay. So right now, I think I'm just gonna. There's no reason not to all in, really. I could actually. Well, this is quite a dilemma. So yeah, I really can't actually eviscerate that. I could, but I don't think it's necessarily much better. If I freeze this, I still get board wiped by Flame Strike anyway. So I think freezing this is the best. Yeah. And I'm not going to trade. Getting him rather low now, and if he Flame Strikes, then this is probably going to die, but not without him having to make a pretty crappy trade. So this trade, like, it just really sucks.
Here we go.
And here, I'm just going to set up lethal. I'm not going to play the Force Tank Max for Stormwind Champion or anything like that, because doing something like that would actually... Okay. Oh man, please no taunts. It would be so amazing if he just didn't have any taunts or heals or anything like that. I think he would if he could. Absolutely. Oh goodness gracious. Wow, this is my first flawless arena actually.
Thanks.
Here we go.
And there you go. Those are really just that's just really a testament to how powerful Rogue can be in Arena. It's just really excellent. Backstab is just so excellent in Arena. The Mech Warper wasn't really huge. It only really played in like, but I guess what was huge about the Mech Warper was it's comboing with the Goblin Auto Barber. That's a strong turn 2 and a turn 3 play. But I think really the MVPs of this deck were Backstab and probably Backstab, Deadly Poison, and Eviscerate. Just the staple cards of